Right, I just thought I would have a little cold one on a Friday night. Or 2. Or 3. Or maybe even 4. Who knows? But yeah, just thought I'd have a look back. A few thoughts about me and Paul's visit to the Denbigh Mental last night. We went to May Lake Ward, if you've seen the videos, obviously if you're a regular. And it's a fucking weird place. Absolutely. We were up in the castle. You'll see it on Paul as included in his intro, but I've put the G&P meetup on this channel, but all the videos of the visiting May Late are on Denbigh Vids. But it's fucking hell, it was blowing a gale. You could hardly stand. Go to the Mental, nothing at all. Obviously I know it's a lot lower than the castle, but it's like that. It's a fucking strange place. And at night, or even dusk, it's a different place. Me and Paul have said on camera many times, it's a different place. Fucking very eerie, and there's a lot of places, there's a lot of haunted hotspots, but there's a lot of places of the wards and sections in the hospital where it's deathly silent. May Late is one, and there's another one as you're looking at the front of the hospital. It's the section on the left. You can be outside and it can be fucking hurricane wind lashing down with rain, and you walk into May Late and there's nothing at all, especially when it's dry, I should say. I correct myself there. When it's been raining, it does drip. You hear, like in our last investigation, it had been raining, so I correct myself there. But if it's dry outside but windy and you walk into May Late, the silence is deafening. If you were at one end of the ward and someone was at the other end, and literally you dropped a pin, you'd hear you know, that's a bit of exaggeration, but you know what I mean. It's an eerie weird place. And hell, it's my first one. Could have a good night then. And I, as usual, heard some fucking weird sounds and a thump and footsteps as well. Twice I heard footsteps, and what else was it? A grunt and this and that. And at the time, because that's what I do now, if I was there on my own, I'd be just, and I'd hear footsteps and that. But with Paul with me, you'll hear on the video, first thing I do is I look at Paul and say, did you hear that? You know, I double check, because I hear things all the time. I just fucking take it for granted, you know, footsteps, oh yeah, you know, someone walking past or whatever. And, you know, I wouldn't question it, but I say, did you hear that, Paul? And he looks at me, fucking blank face. No, I never heard the thing. And there was it like a grunt, something like that. And Paul, I don't know, he's got some sounds that he fucking tweaks things up and all that, enhances it on his videos. And you can hear it, his camera has picked it up. You can hear something like that. So that's interesting. So I'm not fucking hearing things. Well, I am hearing things, but not hearing things, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's fucking a good investigation. Excellent. And this last the May Late, I've been going through these, analysing these you know, videos and that, and something was thrown, and we both heard it, and both cameras picked it up. I don't know what it was. Paul reckons it was a tile. Could well be, because the place is fucking, it's scattered with debris and bits of tiles and that. So what it was, I don't know. I didn't see anything, but I definitely heard it. So yeah. And another thing, I'm doing a bit of analysing. As we entered, there's a strange light, and what it is, I have no idea. It's a fucking bright thing, and it's inside. It's inside the doorway. You'll see the video anyway if you haven't seen it already. But we're about to enter the very first time that night, and I was leading. Paul was just about a few inches behind me or whatever. And I turn, and just as I'm entering through the doorway, this fucking light appears. I didn't see anything at the time, obviously, because I would have said. And it's an intense bright light. Obviously, it's doing this because I'm moving the camera. But when I slow it down, and you can see, the camera movements, and next bit, beep, it's like as if you swish a fucking switch and it comes on, and obviously you see it moving, because the camera's moving, and then beep, it just vanishes. And I've watched it, and I've done it through posterizing and what have you, a few effects on it, and you can see it there, this fucking thing. And what it is, I have no idea, absolutely no idea what that bright light is. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. It's very interesting, that. So yeah, anyway, just thought I would have this bit of a chin back, and like I say, all you've seen on the videos, Paul, he's got his little box of tricks and stuff like that, and we were at this, whatever it was, nurses station or whatever I think you call them. Paul was setting up he gave me the EMF meter. He was setting up his trail cam and what have you, and he fucking about with that, setting it up, and he gave me his EMF meter, and he says, just have a go with that. And I never had my camera running. Paul never had his camera running. And he says, push that button, and it's extra sensitive, so push the button. It was there like that, and I moved it into to this nurse's station, I will call it. I presume that's what it is, and it was fucking going away. But obviously, we never had that on camera, and there has been an apparition captured on camera in that nurse's station, and also Paul will confirm that on the way there we come down the cinder track, and Paul got the EMF meter out. Let's just try it here, and he switched it on. The fucking thing was going berserk. It was going, and I says, move about a bit. So he started moving about, and next minute it just vanished. And then he was wandering around and this and that, and so fucking hell, I tell you, fucking. It's intriguing, that place. Yeah, and that trail camera that Paul set up, I think he's going to do a vlog about it. That was interesting. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, when you're setting that thing up, it'll trigger. You place it there, and then we went out, and after a minute, it'll reset. Then it just waits there for something to trigger it off. And then when we came back, Paul said, well, we're going to trigger it, and it did. When we entered May 8 again, it was all dark. Next week, bing, and you'll see like the infrared lights came on. We triggered it off. So that's 1, 2. But I can confirm when Paul opened it up, and he was pushing buttons and that, and how many videos that it had taken, or how many times it was triggered, and it said 3. And the one in between, and it's on Paul's done a video of it. And you can see bits of the inside of the melee, and you can see like torches or whatever. And it's interesting that, because Paul, I don't know, these things, I don't think they're triggered by torches, but anyway, when we left the building, I can confirm we went way away, and we're up to the silos and way round the corner. We're absolutely nowhere near May 8. If we had our torches on and shone them everywhere, they wouldn't reach May 8. But I can say when we returned, and we got to outside May 8 and we were ready to go in, obviously we switched our cameras on. We did a few seconds to cameras, just saying, well, we're about to head in now. We would have had our torches on. And if Paul's trail camera does trigger with the torch, you know, we'd have switched our torches on, done a bit of camera, then all we got to do, it would be 20 seconds at the most, perhaps 30 max. We'd have been inside Mail 8 in that ward. And that camera, once it's triggered, apparently, it runs for 1 minute. It records for 1 minute. So when we entered Mail 8, that camera would still be recording, if you follow me. You know, if we had triggered it from outside. Because it would take 20, 30 seconds max for us to get in. But I can confirm, I will swear on the Bible, that camera was off. It was not recording. And as we got near, bing, it started recording. It was captured us coming in. So that is very interesting. And I'll hold my hands up and say it does look like torches coming through the window and what have you. But I don't know. Be interesting to see Paul's vlog, and also the scream. Fucking hell. That was weird. When we were inside, doing, you know, a bit, is anyone hearing this fucking whatever? And Paul said something, oh, perhaps we're a bit too close. And you could hear outside, ah! It was a blood-curdling scream. And Paul said, what the fucking... Well, he didn't swear. He said, what the hell's that? And I heard it, and I said, well, you don't know where it came from, but it was in the grounds. But it was a bit of a distance away. So we thought, you know, fuck it, we'll carry on, like. And that was before Paul set up his trail cam or what have you. And we went, you know, we left the building, and as I say, went up by the silos and around the corner, and we were just sort of talking this. We didn't have our cameras on, obviously, you know. The next minute, this fucking scream again, but it was slightly different. But I don't know, someone has commented on my channel, my video, and they've said it could be a fox mating call for a fox. I've no idea. I've never heard a mating call, a fox's mating call or whatever, but all I can say is that I've never heard anything like it. It sounded human to me. It sounded exactly like someone screaming. It was loud, it was blood-curdling, and it was a... It died down like that. Fucking hell. But, you know, I've heard people scream, but fucking hell, I've never heard anyone scream like that. So, I hold my hands up, whether it was a fox or whatever, but fucking hell, I've never heard anything like it. And that happened twice, like I say, and the cameras we were actually we were both recording from inside. We've got him on our videos, on Paul's as well. He's done it, and I've done as a little separate section, you know. Scream captured on camera, and it was, you could hear it outside. So fucking hell, it's weird. But yeah, anyway, it was a great night, and there's going to be one or two more visits, so watch this space.